Welcome back to Healing Gardens. We're going to get into some more seed saving, and I am going to show you specific varieties and how that I can preserve those seeds for future plantings. Thank you for stopping by my channel, and I would greatly appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, share. It really helps my channel. I am endeavoring to reach as many people as possible. The more we share, the more that YouTube knows that people are getting value from my channel. So I appreciate y'all, and let's get right into seed saving. So I have here an okra pod, and we're gonna crack this open. Normally they're a little bigger, but this one actually dried and it was hidden. So I was able to get a pod to save seed from. So we have our tray and a drink, and we are going to open this pod. And you can see, I don't know if you can see, but the seeds are just jumping out as soon as I start peeling this back. Look at that. One pod from one plant. And I honestly believe if we did not save any other pods, if we just eat them all, that we'll be fine for seed next year, because this is quite generous for such a small pod. Okay, so you can see how I split those all open, got all the seeds out, and we compost this. I have a compost bucket right here. I don't know if I told you that my tubs that I plant my plants in, I start them off with composting in the bottom. And so I have leaves in abundance right now, falling leaves, and I have food scraps and like the seed pods and whatnot. I will put those in there, and then layer them, leaves. I even have a torn up paper sack. I put that in there as a dry, and I put wet, dry, wet, dry, wet, dry. And then over time, that will sink from overflowing bin to about this much in the bottom. That's just pure compost. Then I can put my soil on top and plant right in that, and it's a very rich compost and soil mix. So let's look at what we got on the okra. Can you see those? Oh, I don't want to tip them out. See them all in there? Yeah. So we're going to count those. 60 okra seeds in one pod. If you calculate that and you get 10 pods, that's a huge amount of okra to plant. And since next year, I'm hoping to plant more crops, because I think I'm going to get back into market gardening. And so 60 okra plants would not be too many for me. Now these, we are not going to open all these, but I gleaned these at my sister's yesterday, and I've shown you these in a video before. These are hyacinth bean vine, and I have the purple variety and the white variety. So let me put those closer. You can see the white is much more prolific in their seed pods, much more. A lot more blooms, but they are a smaller bloom and a smaller plant. I'll pop a picture of the growing vines here so that you can see what they look like. And then, so these are very time consuming, but they're nice to put on a nice show, or I usually watch like Jess at Roots and Refuge, and I get these seeds out, and can you see that little seed? And each pod has 2 to 5, 6, 7 seeds. Now the big ones, they only have like 3 maybe. And these pods are very tough when they dry out, but you don't want to harvest them until they're completely dry. At least I never have, and I've never had any problem with seed germination. But look at how beautiful those seeds are. These are not an edible plant, but they are beautiful. Hummingbirds love these, so I love them. Now here, I've already harvested these out of our hibiscus, but I just wanted to show you these seeds, and I waited till these dried on the plant. So, get in there. Most of them dropped to the ground and I lost them, but I do have about 4. So, you see that little red seed is so beautiful, and that will grow another hibiscus. So we've got that, and then another seed that I saved. Now these I saved years ago, but I wanted to show you these. These dried on the basil plant, and I did not clean these or get the chaff off of them. But you know what? They still grow. I just keep them very moist. Last year I winter sowed these, and they grew just fine. So, and basil is a lovely plant. Can you see that tiny little seed? Speck of pepper. We're gonna plant that. It'll grow. And yeah. So next, I have our cucumber seeds. Now, the whitish looking seeds are ones that we fermented in water. We poured off the water, we added water, and let that for about 3 days. If you do it too long, they sprout. So don't do it too long. But the white ones you can see are from that ferment. It got all that gelatinous mess off of there. These over here, the kind of greeny yellow ones, those I just squeezed out onto this plate with the gelatinous coating on them. And so I'm saving all of them. They're all going to go into a paper envelope, and they are all being saved for my garden next year. Now, here I have some Orange Glow watermelon. Some critter got the watermelon, but the seeds seemed to be viable anyway. I'm saving those, and I'm gonna plant them next year, and I'm gonna see what happens. So those have to go into a little envelope and get marked with, and I have the plate. I always mark my plate, the date that I saved the seed, and that way I know what part of the season it was, if it was the first part of the season or the end. Like right now it's the end. Now here I have a very large red cherry tomato, and what I'm going to do with this, I'll show you, is I got my water bottle here. Probably not the best example. Oh, well, see, there you go. It's just coming out. The seeds are coming out, and I'm going to save them into this water bottle. Okay? And I'm just going to give it a little shake every day, and all of that junk that's attached to the seed will come loose, and it will float, and then it will I'll pour that out. So, oh dear, well, I made a mess of that, didn't I? Anyway, so we'll put the seeds in there. I'll pour the water out. The seeds will, the good viable seeds will sink to the bottom, and the junk, the gelatinous material, tomato pulp, whatever is in there, will float to the top. And I'll just do that every day. Give it a shake, and then pour off the junk and add more water. And I'll probably do that 2 or 3 times until I feel that it is ready. And yeah, there's a lot more seeds in here, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute. This is a dwarf sweet Sue, and it was a really good tomato, according to the people that ate it. They loved it. So now my little neighbor has been so patient with me, and he's playing basketball. And since he's about 500-600 feet away from me, you might hear him. Okay, so here's some of the tomatoes that I've already saved. There's our porters, and then those little tiny ones are dwarf sweet Sue. In here I have some seeds from, it's supposed to be a pink Brandywine. I don't think that it is. I don't think it grew true to type. For whatever reason, the seeds were maybe mislabeled from the company I got them from, and that happens. So let's get busy with my biggest seed harvest, I think, this year. And that would be the garlic chives. Aren't those pretty? Seed heads, but they are full, and I'm just gonna give them a rub until I'm comfortable that all the seeds are out of here. And yeah, there's a lot of seeds, and that's what I was hoping for, because if I do market gardening next year, this is something that I could easily sell. I have hundreds of pots, and I could grow these for market next year and sell the plants. And plants typically go for around $4 or $5 here, so look at that. Now later I will get two of my metal bowls, and I will find a little windy spot, and I will pour from one bowl to the other. But it that helps get rid of all the chaff. Chaff is just the paper coating on the seed and any stem junk that you want to get rid of. So I'm going to show you what this looks like after I get a few more done. I do not mind sitting outside in the garden doing this type of project at all. It is pure pleasure to me. A lot of people might not see it that way, but I definitely do. I love gardening. I love all things gardening. I love seed harvesting. One seed provides so much promise for the future, and I just love that. Just love it. So let me get this one done, and I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to go inside and grab my Roselle hibiscus pods that I'm saving. I thought that they had to dry on the plant, but I saw several bits of information on the internet yesterday that they don't have to dry on the plant, that you can actually harvest the calyx just like normal and save the seed pod and lay them out to dry. So that's what I'm going to do. But here we go. You see all those black seeds? They might be hard to see in there. Goodness, got seeds going everywhere. Well, that'll be interesting in the spring. It's kind of like, I think I shared with you my vacuum cleaner when I use a shop vac a lot, and I end up with things sprouting. I just dump it out in the flower bed. Okay, let's see if that shows up better. Yeah, that's the chaff that I was talking about and the black seeds. So, and we have this many more to go through. I don't know how many that is, but it seems like a lot to me. But like I said, I'm sitting in the shade, watching my little neighbor play basketball, looking at the garden, watching the butterflies, listening to the bees, and it really doesn't get any better than this. It really doesn't. I'm back with the hibiscus, and this is the pod. So you just take the calyx off, the red part, and lay them out in a single layer to dry. I have so many in this little box. I have 3 more flats in the house, and I will be putting these in the cool, drafty, not cool, but you know, drafty place in the house, and that way they can dry out. Do you have any questions about seed saving? Because I know that it is hard to be all inclusive. So I do have a lot of experience in seed saving and what cross-pollinates and what doesn't. And so if you are if you have any questions at all, just leave them in the comments below and I will get back with you. I answer comments every day. So I appreciate y'all so much, and I'll see you in the next video. I am going to leave a few clips in closing of what's growing in the garden right now, and it is shocking how well the garden is doing on November 10th. We normally have our first killing frost by now, but this year we don't even have any frost in sight for the next 10 days. So it's very encouraging. I'm going to get out and plant some lettuce today, and then I'm going to work on seed saving all these garlic chives. I'm going to finish cleaning up my hibiscus because my roselle, I'm dehydrating that, and I'm going to do a whole video on my roselle very shortly. So y'all stay tuned. If you didn't see part 1 of seed saving, go back and watch that. I'll link that in the description for you. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.